Markul Sakti literally meant people's power. This had been proven on the 25th November 2007, where more than 500,000 strong took the street and choked the vibrancy out of the city. Orange became the dreaded color for the authority, but it is the unmistakable symbolic color for Hindraf. Hindraf is all about people's power, and it is undeniably a meaningful NGO to be and to be reckoned with. Today, the 26th November 2011 holds the 4th anniversary for Hindraf, which is yet to be an approved NGO in Malaysia. The man who led Hindraf, and who was detained under the Internal Security Act, ISA, is undoubtedly the man who should be looked up upon as the shepherd for the marginalized Indians. Irfaya Kumar has become the household name and had daringly brought a new phase of challenge for the marginalized poor Indians in Malaysia.
The 4th anniversary of the Hindraf rally that took place on the 25th of November 2007. Today is another historical landmark insofar as our struggle for the Indian poor is concerned, because hundreds of Hindraf supporters were arrested on the 25th of November 2007. Thereafter, Hindraf lawyers, including myself, were arrested. Hindraf chairman had to be in exile, has been living in exile for Vedamurti, has been living in exile in London for 4 years now. But despite that, the struggle goes on, and it's an uphill battle for us, because we are forced into a position where we have to be critical.
Hindraf for Human Rights Action Force began with a coalition of 30 Hindu NGO. It is about the preservation of Hindu community rights and heritage in a multiracial Malaysia. Hindraf was officially banned on October 15, 2008, declaring it as an illegal organization by the Malaysian Home Ministry. Hindraf has been instrumental in raising many issues relating to the poor Indians' plights. Problems of basic physiological deprivations are real and raised by Hindraf, so much so it is labeled as a racist NGO. When the poor had run out of avenues to seek for help, Hindraf is the only alternative to hear them out. Will anyone deny that?
To be invited because these are a group of people who fight for the rights of the poor, and I think they are very serious about the issue that they are fighting for, and we are glad that they extend their friendship to us. Because PRM also believe that we should be fighting for the poorer rakyat. I think most of us have been in a struggle for a long time, and although the politics of communalism is still very strong, but I think the younger generation are searching for answers, like what does it mean to be a Malaysian. So I'm quite optimistic that we will create a Malaysian nation, Malaysian society in the very near future. So I wish all the best to Hindraf for fighting, taking up issues which are very relevant to the Indian community. Although PRM, we still believe more of the poor composing all other races, not only the Indians. But the issue of the poor Indian is very real. Except I think maybe we are different in our analysis. We believe that we see more as a class problem. The Indians are, because of the class structure of the society, although they tend to take more of a communal line. It doesn't matter what line you use. We can always discuss this as long as we reach our target, which is the poorer Indian.
celebrate the 4th anniversary where Indians, for the first time after 50 years, getting together and standing up against discrimination, against segregation by the UMNO-led government. Today, the struggle for justice, for equal rights, is still we are still fighting for it, because until now we have still been treated as third or fourth class citizen. While after the 25th rally, UMNO did a little bit change lah. While they lost their states in the four states, Pakatan took over. We had so much of high hope on Pakatan to address the issue. Even when Uday Kumar was offered a seat in Sungai Siput, when he was in ISA detention by the Pakatan, he refused, because his intention to be non-political, and hoping those in politics will do the change, and we as Hindraf will stand together. But then end of the day, we are disappointed with what is happening around us, where still discrimination against the minority Indians still happen. Even though there's a change, a little change in the Pakatan state government, but that is only a small change. But we are talking about 54 years of independence. We want our constitutional right. Why is it so difficult for Pakatan to listen to us? Yeah, everybody from right up to education, to job opportunity, GLC, there's zero. Even scholarship in Yayasan Selangor, out of 1,700 scholarship, only 3 Indian got it. So what is the difference with Pakatan and Barisan Nasional? But end of the day, whatever it is, by the end of the day, we need to get rid of Barisan Nasional, because they've been ruling for the past 54 years without the chain being broken. And because of that, they become arrogant. And we want BN to go, but we are willing to go with Pakatan in terms of political change in this country. By then, until today, Pakatan have not come to us or discussed regarding about our office. We have published in our website, it was carried in Free Malaysia Today, Malaysia Kini, that we are willing to talk to them to be an alliance, not is under with anybody, because we don't want to take the Mando job. No? And until today, there's no answer. And the only thing is, when the parliament dissolved, the first Sunday we'll have a big protest. We're going to gather around 10,000 people in a location demanding our rights, and at the same time to Pakatan to give way for 7 parliament and 14 states. That is our agenda now, to have political empowerment. Because if you look at Hindraf 54, who was charged under for illegal assembly, 54 of them, until today they're going to court. Meanwhile, Bersih rally, 1,600 people were arrested. None of them charged. EO also all been this one. Why? Because they have the political power. They have member of parliament who voiced out for them. But for the 54 Hindraf activists, none of the members of parliament have talked to us, have moved a motion against this. Why? Why? After all, we are the one who brought them up, who went to the ground and temples to temples, telling people to vote for Pakatan, vote for PAS, DAP, Keadilan. BN must go down. We voted such a way. But today, we are disappointed. We have plans, but in terms of getting our political power, as what I say, we will gather to give way for us 7 parliament and 46 seats. state seat. No, if Pakatan, we are open. No, you see, there's 222 parliament. We are not asking 222 parliament, we are only asking 7 parliament. When Baris BN can give 9 parliament to MIC, why cannot Pakatan give 7 parliament? That is very reasonable. If in the event they don't give, then we have no choice. We will go for 3.5.
Hindraf rally 25th November of 2007, we have seen many interesting developments in the socio-political landscape of Malaysia. We have seen many, and this is one of such events that people gather together, support people who are willing to stand for the rights, especially of the minority Indian Malaysian. These events like this have been always encouraged since the development of Hindraf Rally 2007, and today we are already 4 years after the rally. This is our 4th anniversary. I thank all of you for coming and continuing supporting us. We just subscribe to the belief that all Malaysians, especially Malaysian Indians, we should stop complaining and start contributing. And this is what all of us are doing.
பார்லிமெண்ட் டிசால்வ் பண்ணான்னா எல்லாருக்கும் ஞாபகம் வைக்கிறேன், ஒரு கேதரிங் இருக்கும், 10,000 பேர் நம்ம கூடணும். SMS போலீஸ்னா எல்லாரும் the first week, first Sunday எப்போ பார்லிமெண்ட் டிசால்வ் பண்ணுறாங்களோ அந்த ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை வந்து நம்ம கூடுறோம். முந்தி மாதிரி 25க்கு எப்படி நம்ம கூடினோமோ 10 பேருக்கு ஒரு ஆள் வந்து 10 பேருக்கு SMS பண்ணோம், எப்படி கூட போகிறோம், இங்கே கூட போகிறோன்னு. நம்ம கூடினா தான் இந்த 7 பார்லிமெண்ட்க்கும் 14 ஸ்டேட் சீட்டுக்கும் நம்மளுக்கு வழி விடுவாங்க. இல்லாட்டினா they will keep on carry on ஏமாத்திக்கிட்டு. ஸோ அதை தான் நான் சொல்ல வந்திருக்கேன். ஸோ ஆக முக்கியமாக எல்லாம் ஸ்டாண்ட் பை பண்ணிடுங்க ஆஃப்டர் த பார்லிமெண்ட் டிசால்வ். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
So basically what I would like to talk for today is Article 8 of Falun Constitution. Okay, what this particular Article of 8 of Falun Constitution stipulates is everyone is equal before the law and entitled for the equal protection before the law. We'll highlight this matter to the whole country. Come up together, man. It's not only about 25th November 2007, one day awakening. It's about our future. We have trust in our federal constitution, but we don't have trust in the government. So what we are telling for is we are asking the people to support us in our fight. We will fight for you. My question to the floor is very simple. Is Hindraf HRP raised it just because of asking the basic constitutional right?
One Bangla given IC in one Malaysia. One Myanmar given IC in one Malaysia. 2.3 million foreigners given within 39 days, within 39 days, they are given citizenship. But I am the 4th generation in Malaysia, my children 5th generation, my grandchildren 6th generation. 6 generations we are in this country, 450,000, 4 லட்சம் பேருக்கு வந்து ஐசி கொடுக்கல, போர்டோஸ்ரா கொடுக்கல, பரிஜா உரிமை கொடுக்கல. Okay? Countless children, the sky is the limit. For education in any country, the sky should be the limit. But in Malaysia, for the Indian poor, the sky is not the limit. Why? Simply because we are Indian. 502 Mara establishments nationwide, also in London, New York, Paris, but not for the Indian poor. The Indian poor are excluded. Giat Mara, 240,000 Malay Muslim only in 209 Giat Mara nationwide. Okay? They say the Indian boys are becoming gangsters. Near the doorstep, they have got Giat Mara, but the Indian boys are not allowed into Giat Mara to learn a skill to become useful citizens of the country. And then they shoot them dead. What we are asking for is equal rights, equal opportunities. Okay? 1 million free laptops for poor kids. Okay? 1 million laptops for kids. How many have received laptop? Yaar vaangirka free laptop? Kai tukna baba? Free laptop. Free laptop. Nobody gets a free laptop. So where does this 1 million free laptop goes? For everybody else except the Indian poor. The Basi Puro, nobody wants to do this job because it is 3D jobs. Dirty, dangerous and difficult jobs. Nobody wants the job. So the Indians end up doing it. Never mind. But what we are asking is, give us license. Yeah, license to go brother. Why can't the Indians be given Basi Puro license? Konjam Muslims ஓட்றாங்கல அது அவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்காது. இதான் உண்மை. This man, இவரு வந்து பேரு யாருக்கா தெரியுமா? Okay, Lieutenant Colonel Tanapala Singh was the first Navy chief in Malaysia. This could happen in 1963. இன்னைக்கு வந்து இது நடக்குமா? Can this happen today? No. The country has transformed. Proses transformasi negara. Inilah tak boleh lagi. Orang India tak boleh lagi jadi ketua terus tentera laut di Rakyat Malaysia.
Irrespective of who you are, from what educational or financial background, the truth of marginalization is stark in every community. This is the ugly truth indeed. When deprivation prevails from what is guaranteed in the federal constitutions, then people will have to take their stand. Whoever you are, it is your rightful duty to support the noble cause brought upon by Hindraf. The future of the Indians depends on what you can do now for your children and your children's children.